Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to do some exercises for the feet. So if you haven't already, I recommend that you go back and practice some of the body scan exercise just to get that connection with the body and calm the mind a bit before going into the practice. So if you haven't done that, you can go back and then jump into this. So for this one today, we're going to work on moving the feet. So I recommend, if possible, that you go barefoot. So you can take your shoes and socks off. If you're uncomfortable with that, you can stay in your socks, and then if it's not possible or you find it difficult to take your shoes off, then that's okay, you can keep your shoes on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to move away from the back of the chair. We can sit on the edge, and we're just going to get a sense of how our body weight is placed on the ground into our feet. So as we lean forward, which we're going to lean forward now from the hips, I just want you to feel the pressure going from the chair into your feet. So how do we test this? Well, try to lift your leg off the ground, and you'll probably find that it's very difficult, and that's a good sign that you've put a lot of your body weight into the feet. So what we'll do now is we'll lean back, and as we lean back, it now becomes very easy for us to take the feet off the ground because the weight has gone back. So just have that sensation of the body weight moving forward and back into the ground and then into the chair. And then we're going to sit back so that we can take our feet up, and we're going to do some toe exercises. So the reason why we're spending a lot of time on the feet today is because we spend a lot of time in shoes, and shoes, they're good for protecting the bottom of our feet from any kind of glass or rocks when we're outside, but they're very restrictive, and over time they tend to fuse our feet so that they become very stiff and our toes get very squished together and there's not a lot of movement. So you can imagine as you're walking around and your feet are quite fused and fixed, that they become almost like stilts. They become narrower, there's not as much surface area on the ground, and you're more susceptible to falling if you go off balance. So these exercises are very good for just increasing your ability to balance, and that will have a chain reaction. As I say, the more you release the feet and get the muscles of the feet working, the less problems you'll experience up the legs and into the spine. So the first one we're going to do is we're just going to touch the big toe off the ground and try to keep the 4 other toes off the ground. So this can be tricky. If you're finding it difficult, just place your foot on the ground and just rotate your knee in until your toes come off the ground and the big toe is on the ground. But really what we're looking for is to keep the knee where it is, place the toe on the ground, the big toe, and keep the other toes up, and then switch, so you're placing the 4 other toes on the ground and keeping the big toe up. If you find that difficult, just push your knee out and you'll see that your big toe will come up and your other toes will be on the ground. But again, we're just aiming for keeping the knee where it is and using the muscles of the feet to move the toes around. So it's like you're playing piano with your toes, and it can be tricky at the start, but just have a bit of patience. The fact that you're just even trying to do this is the first step of being able to do it and getting that movement back into the feet that we should naturally have. And then the next one we're going to do is we're going to get as much space in between the toes as possible. So it's like you're spreading your fingers, but this time it's with your toes. And you should feel a nice stretch in the bottom of the foot, the top of the foot, but you're just trying to get as much space as possible. So naturally our foot should be nice and spread like this as it's on the ground, but because we wear shoes, it's not, they're all constricted and tight together. So next what we're going to do is we're going to make a fist. It's like we're making a fist with our foot, we're just scrunching all of our toes. And then we're going to go backward and forward, so open the toes, close, open, close. So you're getting as much space in between them, and then making a fist. And then we're just going to move the ankle. So from the ankle, we're just going to drop the foot forward and back. So as the toes go up towards your knee, just try to get as much space, or just try to get your toes as close to your knee as possible. Really using the muscles at the front of the leg, getting a nice stretch in the back of the leg. And then we're going to drop the toes down, pointed towards the ground. Go backward and forward, and then we're going to wave like we're saying hello. side to side. So just be careful that this movement isn't coming from the leg itself. The knee stays in place and the ankle is just rotating side to side like that. And then nice big circle in one direction, other direction. Just see if you can see all those muscles in your leg working as you do that. And that's important because as we do this, all those muscles are pumping the fluid back up through the leg. If you suffer with any kind of circulation problems, varicose veins, and kind of pain or swelling in the leg, this is a really, really good exercise. Just rotating the foot, moving the ankle up and down, because it will pump a lot of that fluid out of the leg and back up where it can be released into the circulatory system. And then just relax, and then we'll do the other side. So we're going to put the big toe down, keep the other toes up, and then the other toes down and keep the big toe up. So again, it's like you're playing piano. And just be patient with this. If you're not having any movement at all in the toes, just move your knee side to side so that the toes are moving, just so you get that sensation of pushing the toes onto the ground. And then we're going to spread our toes as wide as possible, really trying to get that natural space in between the toes. And then we're going to close like you're making a fist, and go backward and forward between the two. And then we're going to move the ankles, so pointing the toes as far down as possible, pulling them up as far as they go, and then going backward and forward, feeding all those muscles in the lower leg working. Big rotation in one direction, the other direction. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to imagine something's biting your toe and we're trying to shake it off. So you're just trying to loosen out that ankle joint, get the foot nice and loose, and then the other side, and then just relax. So then just settle there and just feel how your legs feel now that you've been moving your feet around. You should have a heightened awareness of them. There should be some nice circulation happening in the legs, and you should have a greater sense of how your feet feel on the ground, which is very important. So that's an exercise or a series of exercises that you can do every day. You can do them sitting down, you can do them in bed, but they're just really, really good for undoing a lot of the damage that's done by wearing shoes. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.